Hi. Um, I've looked better. Yeah. It doesn't matter how many helicopters I pick up on camera. Oh God, I've done that. I mean, I'm just finished, folks. It doesn't matter how many sirens I film. Although it's been, for the last week, quite a decrease. But not anything acceptable. Um, it just doesn't matter. I've realized that. It doesn't matter where I'm filming when I'm in this house, which is where I go and come from. I don't need to tell adults that. And you hear incredible mufflers reverbing all the way into the goddamn house. Like, you can't hear anything but mufflers. Doesn't matter if I film that. It doesn't matter. Because apparently it's just not happening anyways. Yeah, I've looked better. I agree. This was the worst thing I ever did, was moving to Washington, D.C. I hope I did your will, God. I mean, I didn't stop doing what you gave me as a gift. I'm not going to stop. This is harmless anyways. But the reaction and feedback I got was very, very rude from my fellow citizens of America. You are depraved people. I have to tell you, yeah. They don't care anyway, so why tell them that? They don't care. And moving to their capital city was the worst thing I ever did in my life. I saw it when I was at my church. That was my church. I declared it for years, my church, years. The Basilica, they started chasing me and all that stuff there. I'd be by the Mother Mary, and there'd be some dude, looked like he was from Italy. This happened twice, two different guys just staring me down. It was fucking just creepy. If you ever want to give me the respect to talk to me in person, like, talk to me, don't fucking come fuck with me. I'll tell you just about that church. And it just got so crazy, and there was way more incidences in that church than just those two dudes. That there was this one day, I documented it, my Archangel Celestial family said, don't ever even go back there. I knew it then. This was a bad city. I can't even go to a church here. Should figure, though. I mean, we got to be practical. This is a white nationalist uprising. I'm not going to fit in any of their churches. Where they're trying to go, I think, and ease their conscience and say what they're doing is actually okay. It's okay to be tied up with Iran and be wanting to do an ethnic cleansing and all this stuff. It's okay. Because Jesus is telling me that right here in this church. And she can't be in here. Because she's saying Jesus is telling her something different. Oh, forget it. Let's drop the philosophical religious there. Let's just say it's not okay to have an ethnic cleansing. It's illegal? It's illegal to jump people in your house? No, not here, dude. No, everything goes, yo. We know that. You can act like an animal from the city fucking zoo. I have filmed that. That's fact. But don't expect anything to change or anyone to care. No, I know that. Moving here was the worst thing I ever fucking did in my life. I hope I did your will, God. The noise here, I've never experienced anything like it. You'll be in your house. You'll be outside. Ever since I came here, my guidance was this is a dying species, and that is a huge symptom of it. And there's another symptom kind of at the same time, that they're not aware of the fucking environment they're in. Yeah. You're a dying species. They don't care, though. All right, because you go to that other world where Jesus is, right? I know that, dude. Whoa. No, actually, let me go ahead and do this more philosophical arguing with you mutants. No, hell is real, but you don't like to hear that because hell has to be in a certain world in a certain context. It can't be a mathematical dimension. It cannot be explained. No, and because then this whole thing of who picks and chooses to go to hell. No, bros, you're going to hell with your hookers and all your sinner wives. Yeah. Oh, wow. And you don't have to have a certain religion to go to hell. Humans go to hell. But we can't explain any of this rationally. It has to be otherworldly and unexplainable and just fucking insane. I know. I'm depressed here, man. I would be, dude. I just want to have, dinner parties. I want to have intellectual conversations with nice people. I thought maybe I'd get that here. That was a fucking huge fucking mistake. No. Anyways. Yeah. And my two little Ninos in here, my Nino gatos, I love them. They're my amores. They make their own noise because they're little Ninos and they're allowed to make noise. But I know that doesn't matter with Americans, so let's just forget it. I'm going to say it anyways. Here come sirens. Oh, I don't think I can scream over that one. Hold on. I can't. This is heinous here. Oh, what was I saying? Right. Do you know what it's like to live with constant noise, dude? And I'm like, oh, come on. How many decades sober do I have? That alone, I don't deserve that. No. And all my job skills and education. What is going on here in the U.S.? You don't have to go too far out of your little town, village, or city to answer that. You don't. Just go seek and you shall find the answer to that real fast. Thank God the other intellectuals in other nations saw this coming. They saw this coming for decades here. And there were people in other nations that saw it coming but had ill intent to take our land, which we took from Indians. I know, this goes on forever here. But the fact is, the facts remain. At that point where they were vying to take our territory, it was legally the United States, all right? Regardless of what atrocities had been committed to acquire this labeling, it was at that point in time a recognized nation. And there were evil people, let's just say, in other countries that saw this shit coming where we're at right now, and were going to take it from us. And then there was other nice people, intellectuals in other countries, let's just say, that saw this shit coming where we're at right now, but didn't want to take it from us. They want to just level out the global balance, dude. And try me when I'm not in this hell on earth here, where all my vocabulary and impressive, all this stuff, because it's not going to happen right now. Ain't going to happen. I'm glad my little Ninos calmed down. They're not making a whole bunch of racket in the house. And the humanoids out there have kind of stopped with their fleet of cement trucks. And oh, God, it's a dying species. I like the military helicopters. I do like them. I'm not going to trash all military. I've written enough to say where I'm at, my perspective on the military. I'm sure being intelligent people that they are, they know where I'm at. So I like to see the military helicopters, but the helicopters are just a little much here. Let's be nice. I'm always so nice. I am. I always say nice things until I have right to be kind of shrewd or punk rock tough or whatever. And that's not my charming side. No, I wouldn't say it is. I say it is not. But It's just it's a little much here. You can't be selling and buying property here. You got to be a little bit more upfront about what the fuck someone's going to be moving into. I'm telling you, this is the biggest mistake I ever made by moving to the capital city of the United States. I'm so fucking miserable here. Yeah. So I'm not going to speak about this house. I just won't. Not right now in this video. It doesn't need to be done. And I just wanted to do a face-to-face. Tonight I have this nice flank steak marinating day 2. This is great. The longer. So I'm going to do that for dinner. And just do a repeat. Healthy carrots on the side, you know. Yeah. Unbelievable. I know. And I am still praying for an act of God. Because this stuff has to be fucking excavated. I mean, I am a undergrad criminal justice. It has to be excavated, searched, and questioned. I cannot fucking believe this. I cannot fucking believe this. Even if I wasn't a witness in it. But when I go out there, and I'm not going to talk about the house, that's it. But when I go out there, which is not much, sometimes it's just the porch. I don't got to go far here. No. Here? No. Not in DC. They don't give a fuck what's going on in their fucking neighborhood, city, or community. No. I see it in the perspective, and I've written about this, and I will elaborate more when I'm in a better environment. But I see it as the true American, whatever the word, antithesis or whatever the word. You get my point, right? Where it's not, it's worse with certain demographics, yes. All right, demographics, class, and race. But it's still American, and this is what you need to recognize. And this is why you need to change. One reason. Just because you're an American, all right, doesn't mean that nothing bad will ever happen to you or your country. And that no matter what goes on down the street or in your community, so on and so forth, that because you have this belief of invincibility, that whatever the word allows, or whatever the word, you to disassociate, have apathy, and not care. No empathy. That doesn't work. It doesn't even work with logic. It don't work. It's not even how I don't even have to keep saying this. Everybody else on the planet knows that. It doesn't work that way, dude. Okay? It doesn't work in natural law. It doesn't work on the planet Earth. It doesn't work with logic. How do I get this over to you? It doesn't work that way. You need to care about your surroundings and others in it. But as an American, we're not bred to ever even conceptualize that. Okay? No, it's true. And I know I've made this point clear enough. Maybe I didn't elaborate on it or all that, but I haven't really been given the opportunity given the city I live in. But I could. I don't think anyone doubts I couldn't, you know. At a nice little dinner party, discuss this stuff. Fuck yeah. It'd probably be when you're having the espresso or the cocktail after dinner, because you don't really want to talk about the shit while you're eating dinner. I understand that. But it's kind of the truth of what happened here. It's one truth. It's a pizza pie of stuff that happened here. But it doesn't give you the right, whatever these words, a lot of them apply. It doesn't give you this right or allow you to, all these actions, descriptive actions. Because they do think they have the right, but they also think they're allowed. It's two different things. We can elaborate later. But it doesn't give you the leeway to have apathy and disassociate from everything else that's going on around you in your community, on the planet, in your country. It does not. That's American. Okay? It's what happened here to the people. Okay? They believe this. I could write about this and elaborate more. I want to. I have a desire to. Because I want it to be said right. I want it to be clear. It needs to, so that it can be remembered. So that this will never happen again. There's another helicopter. You need to understand what it was you did wrong. Right. And that's fair. That's how the world works. I mean, I've made mistakes. So, this is coming from someone who had to look at herself and the personal thing I might have done and wrong in life, understand it, examine it, self-examination, all the above. I don't have to tell adults this. And then you learn, and then you don't do it again because you've got clarity, dude. You know that was the wrong way. But just to close, because of the self-virtue that was doctrined here, this is just another one. That only brings people to be defensive and fight. You know that? That's the only thing you'll get back. That's the only fruit it breeds. Which is, when I speak about the human that we're raising, this is what I mean. This is part of it. Just another. So you got these people who have apathy, disassociate, all that. And since the self-virtue is doctrined, the only thing that fruit bears is defense. So this is very enlightened. Please, thank you for bearing with me. So you got this human who, because that's the only fruit is bearing is a defense. When you're out searching self, me, the only thing you're going to breed when you come into any sort of negative or conflict or any sort of, right, is you're going to be defensive. It's going to bear fights. You're going to raise a humanoid that only knows to fight. Do you follow this? Yes, it's very true. This is the crux of a lot of this. So what do they do? Because they have these rights. They buy guns. So you got self-serving, all this stuff. And I'm going to close with this because this is just a mix of it. This is part of the mix of some of the things I spoke on here. And then they go buy guns. That's all they know to do. Fight. Hurt others. That's the fruit it bears, dude. That's the only place it takes you. All right? Yeah. So we need to recognize this so we don't ever let this happen on the planet ever again. What happened here. It'll get better though. I think, as it falls down, and it is, because of people like me, maybe I have a little role I can play. I've thought about it. I'll try. I'm not out to, be something big. But if I can do something to help make things better, oh, hell yeah. So I hope that these videos, and if I ever get published, sure, I'll write about this. But right now, I don't know what I'm doing exactly except staying safe in this house. And that's a fair thing to say. Thinking about publishing and stuff is kind of later, dude. Not right now. I had to stay safe in this house. All right. God bless the United States. Bye.